Coming in from the east along Highway 3, and this is the Al Missouri Memorial Historical Park there with a collection of buildings. There's the Canadian Northern Station, a variant of the third class, built in 1911. I don't know when it was moved here. And I see some trackage there. I wonder if they've got a little train that runs around. It's mostly Wednesday, July 24th, 2019, although I'm going to add other clips. And this is Hudson Bay, Saskatchewan. And this is one of the other clips taken in spring of 2015, showing the western end of the rail yards in Hudson Bay, looking due east down the rail line that the Canadian Northern built through here in 1904-05. And from 400 meters above, looking at the western end of the yards, you can see where the Assiniboia sub comes in from the south down there. The yellow patches are canola in full bloom off to the northwest there. You can barely see the rise of the Pasquia Hills, stagnant ice moraine and ridged moraine. Just a few meters to the south is the Red Deer River, which is the boundary between Treaty 4 and Treaty 6. So they are above Treaty 6 territory here, signed in 1876 at Fort Carleton between Ojibwa Cree and Assiniboia people and the Crown. And there we are looking due north along the line of the Hudson Bay Railway, which Mackenzie and Mann, the owners of the Canadian Northern, started building in 1909 up to Hudson Bay, and a deep water port that they intended to establish there. Kind of a crazy idea, building a line across 1,000 kilometers of muskeg and granite to a place that didn't exist, but Canadian National Railway saw some merit in the scheme and completed the line in 1929 to what is now the port of Churchill, Manitoba. Well, we're looking down on the boundary between deltaic outwash to the northeast and undifferentiated moraine to the south and to the west. The town is actually built right on the boundary. And looking east along the rail line and Highway 3 towards the Porcupine Hills out there, stagnant ice moraine. Looking down in the central business district of the town, population peaked at 2133 in 1986, and it's steadily declining to 1397 in 2016. They support 10 churches, an airport. The big buildings down there are the rec center and the composite high school. The highway curving away south is number 9, heading for Priestville and Kenora. And there's Al Missouri Park. And coming down right over the junction, a dark colored patch there is the site of the former roundhouse, built right in the middle of the Y. Used to be a really active railway town, Hudson Bay. But the line east and west has been shut down for a number of years now. Only the line comes up from Kenora and continues on to Hudson Bay, and they're going to repair it. This is Railway Avenue, looking westward. There's an RCMP detachment here, volunteer fire department, radio station, newspaper. Post-Review is the successor to a long line of newspapers established in 1907. Built in 1907 was the Des Rochers Hotel there. It's also known as the Hudson Bay Hotel at times. And the last elevator in Hudson Bay, built by the pool in 1962 and sold into private hands in 2003. Looking eastward down the highway towards Manitoba. There's another look at the Des Rochers Hotel. And Churchill Street Avenue, looking south. There ever was only 3 grain elevators standing in Hudson Bay at any one time. Western Grain was the first to build in 1934. Well, it was owned by the Saskatchewan Wheat Pool. It burned in 1961. Searle built in 1960 and Pioneer in 1966, and both of them were closed by the pool in 2000. And a historical photograph of Churchill Street from the 50s. It's still on Churchill Street. Marcotte Motors established in 1923 when Hudson Bay was just booming with logging and farming off to the southwest. And looking up Churchill to where the train station used to stand was finally built in 1911. The third class variant had mile 101.1 from Swan River, Manitoba on what CN called its Airwood sub. Abandoned since 1990. A.R. Fleming established the post office of Etoile-Mamie on March 1st, 1907. The name was changed to Hudson Bay Junction on April 1st, 1909. Here's the town hall. The village of Hudson Bay Junction was established September 24th, 1907. And it became a town May 1st, 1946, and they dropped the junction part. Initially, Hudson Bay was all about logging and sawmilling. The economy diversified after World War I when ex-soldiers began coming into the area with scrips for land in hand, and they settled mostly in the Porcupine Weeks Plain area to the south and to the west. And there's the new rec center. Somebody's having fun. And the cenotaph in the middle of town. Region Hall. In the 30s, the regional population was augmented by Dust Bowl refugees coming up from the southern prairies, facilitated by the line that the Canadian National built up from Kenora in 1928, the Assiniboia side. The eastern end of the Central Business District. Highway 3. Lots of churches in Hudson Bay. This being one of the older ones, probably dating from 1910 or so. And one of the newer ones. The town's museum is in the 1911 school on Churchill Street, I think, or maybe Main Street, I've forgotten. There is certainly a grand diversity of religions represented by the churches of Hudson Bay. Not only is Hudson Bay the forest capital of Canada, but it is the moose capital of the world. Take that, Moose Jaw in Norway. The first plywood plant in Canada was built in 1948 in Hudson Bay by Amgia Plywood Company. Weyerhaeuser is an important player in the local economy with its orientated strand board just to the south of town. Hudson Bay, Saskatchewan.